Allow the two children to handle the budget. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mind. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego politico, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Politico, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not they off in mind, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my ego, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my ego diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àníyàn sọ́ra yìí. Máyégún ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àníyàn sọ́ra yìí. Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there. Again, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Máyégún Live. Thank you very much for joining me. And remember, as you are tuning in, read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast, like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, tell them all that Máyégún today. And if you have done it already, thank you. Tonight, it seems that our streaming software or streaming platform would only be, would only allow us to be on YouTube. So our friends on Facebook would not be able to join us tonight or be able to watch this, except if they come onto YouTube. They are having a problem again. Fair enough, it is not the YouTube that is having the connection problems. So, read the description, like I said, and yeah, let's get started. Since Dele Farotimi published his book, which has now become the most controversial book, the bestseller, the book, it's like a tell-it-all book. On this platform earlier today, we finished reading the content that has jolted, rattled the supposed powerful establishment in Nigeria. The one led by the rogue, coward, babanlole, and their fights, or should we call it the fight back. As the popular saying then was that when you fight corruption, corruption will always fight back as well. This is a textbook definition of that. In reality, we have had them, the proxies of babanlole and others who have started initiating different court cases, seeking different prayers from different courts, from Ado Ekiti to Ibadan, from Ibadan to Abuja, from Abuja to Lagos. All they were hiding are no longer hidden. They are now in the open. So this afternoon, a court in Abuja gave an order not allowing the supposed person that they sued to the court to appear to defend himself without the appearance of or his own counsels or defense team. A court in Abuja ruled that the sale of Nigeria and its criminal justice system, the book, must be stopped. That is the prayer of babanlole. In fact, the lawyers in Nigeria are in shock that this is the fastest judgment ever in the Nigerian courts. That it's got so hastily approved, no defense, no argument, and the order was issued by a court. Dele Farotimi wrote a book with evidence of the crime of corruption of babanlole, But they still have people around saying it's defamation. It is defamation. What he said is defamation. Because many of them have actually not read the book. And they will probably not read the book. But you have also seen the conservative lawyers, the status quo proponents in Nigeria, those who are the product of the corrupt judiciary in Nigeria. Majority of them are repeating the same line of lies. Dele Farotimi lied, or Dele Farotimi defamed affair babanlole. But to those of you who have listened to the reading of the book, the content of the book today, Dele Farotimi did not publish speculations. He published facts, date, time, including the case numbers, the names of individuals involved. But they still continue to sort of spread their own lies, their own narrative, that Dele Farotimi defamed the crooked old rogue, Afe babanlole. So because of this, he must have, they must stop selling the book. In Nigeria, according to this court ruling, or this court order today, again, let's roll it back a bit. Dele Farotimi exposed how, when, where Afe babanlole's criminal acts, corruption in the judiciary up to the Supreme Court, he revealed everything in his book. But from the 3rd of December, when Dele Farotimi got kidnapped from his office in Lagos, they have kept him incommunicado. They did all they could since then to stop the sale of that book. Unfortunately for them, their actions have now prompted many of us, tens of thousands of us. Do you want to hear? Dele Farotimi book has now crossed over 100,000 copies sold, which most of it was sold in the last 7 days. So whatever it is that they didn't want the world to know is now in the public domain. We are not going to remember Afe babanlole as a lawyer. The world is not going to remember Afe babanlole as a doyen of Nigerian legal service. Majority of us are going to remember him as one of the criminal crooked lawyers, the criminals that actually criminalized, corrupt the judiciary of Nigeria. That is the legacy of Afe babanlole. So the court in Abuja ruled that the DSS, the police, they can go into the bookshops and retrieve every copy of Dele Farotimi's book. And it must not be sold to anyone anymore. It also ruled that the online platform, like the Amazon, which has received the highest traffic from, for any book on their platform in the last 7 days. So their court order says Amazon should stop selling the book. eBay should stop selling the book. And every online platform that is selling the book should stop. Which means everything Dele Farotimi wrote about the Nigerian judiciary has been proven to be right, to be true. Indeed, he said, Nigerian judiciary is the cesspool of a corrupt rogues wearing wigs, obtaining judgment. It is not about, what is right or wrong. It is about who is involved. That is how judgment in Nigeria is procured. And it has been proven right. To those of you who have the first and the second edition of this book, you are holding a gold a gold mine. I am proud to have a copy. And every one of you who has gotten yours should be very proud. The book is still very much on sale on Amazon. If you haven't gotten yours, go and get one. After babanlole is a crooked gang, right? For example, this particular guy, Kehinde Ogunwumiju, the one that sued Dele Farotimi for 500 million naira damages. His mother is a judge of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The family of rogues, they are APC. Egbekegbe. His own twin brother, Moyinolorun Ogunwumiju Taye, is a member of Ondo State House of Assembly, APC member. Their mother, Elaine Moronkeji Ogunwumiju, is a justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. All of these guys from the clan of Afe Babanlole. So, in their corrupt way, they have denied Dele Farotimi bail in order for them to drive the media narrative, but they are losing. Except for the Ronukus, who are waiting for an apology from Dele Farotimi. In fact, they are telling themselves that Dele is sending people to beg Afe Babanlole, which is not true. Normally, to those of you who know better, Dele Farotimi will never have anything to do with Obankparo. We all know the relationship between Obankparo and Afe Babanlole. These are two crooked old rogues. One was a former president of Nigeria. The other was his lawyer, or maybe still his lawyer, Afe Babanlole. Now, they are using the same rogue criminal justice system in Nigeria to try to shut him up and then begin to send people on to different media houses. But we all know, according to this, I believe this guy is also a legal practitioner, that the magistrate court in Ekiti that denied Dele's bail can never, in all honesty, say he is acting independently, because he is not. Listen to this, and that's where we're going to start from.
The law is an ass. They say the magistrate or the court has the discretion on bail. The matter is a bailable offense. Yes. As of today, they are saying arguing on bail, which is, for me, wrong. Very, very wrong. I expected that he should be granted bail because, yes, the prison custody is not built for animals, but it is built for felons. And when the law, it is the law that will decide who the felon is. You don't judge and decide who the felon is when you have not even had a substantive matter. And that is why at this preliminary stage, you don't expect the court to jump into the arena. The fact that the court didn't give him bail is wrong. The High Court had given him bail. The Federal High Court in Ado Ekiti gave him bail. They took him to Federal High Court. Now they had another one is springing up in Abuja, but I guess that one is a civil matter. The one in Ibadan is also a civil matter because they came by writ of summons. The one in the magistrate court, obviously, that magistrate cannot, in all honesty, say that he is acting out of his own self-will. He cannot. Because if he does, there's no reason why he will not give him bail. At least give him bail, and then when he perfect his bail condition, he will now come to answer for all the issues. The issue of whether it is a criminal defamation or not, and whether it exists in Ekiti or not, is yet to be fine-tuned. Because I've had one former Attorney General of Ekiti State that says that, yes, the law of Ekiti still recognizes that there's criminal defamation. And everybody will now begin to quote, yes.
Check the laws of 2021. I have empirical proof here. I read through it. It doesn't recognize criminal defamation. It only talks about Section 70,
which
where they say breach of public peace through publication.
Through publication. Good. Breach of public peace through defamation.
Yeah. No, not through defamation.
No, through publication, sorry.
So that's not criminal defamation.
Through publication, which, of course, is relying on the Criminal Code Act.
Criminal defamation was not
All right,
expressly.
relying on Criminal Code Act, and it was integrated by Ekiti. I mean, by Ekiti State in that 2011 laws of Ekiti State of Nigeria, 2012.
No,
that one,
2012.
There was that one. That one. I am not arguing whether it is still there or not. Like I said, I have not looked through all the laws, and that's where I'm looking at the issues of policy.
It is bailable offense, don't forget that. But the corrupt judiciary where Afe babanlole wield so much influence, a corrupt judiciary with corrupt judges who are ready to do the biddings of a criminal like Afe babanlole, a man that forged the Supreme Court's judgment because he was promised $10 million over the land of people they wanted to steal in Lagos. He got shortchanged by the Eletu family. You know, that's the story. He got shortchanged to the point that Afe babanlole had to even take the Eletu family, Pedro Lawal, and few others. He took them to the ICPC for fraud when they defrauded him. Because that $10 million they promised him, they couldn't give it to him. When they started cashing out from the land that he helped them, forged the Supreme Court judgment to get. That book became the bestseller. Something that the likes of Afe babanlole and co would love to remain buried. But it wasn't like a secret. Dele Farotimi only just put it in a book for posterity's sake, so that our own children and children's children will never call the like of Agbaya, Agbaofo, Afe babanlole, heroes past. So that's when they went to court to say the book, the sale must be stopped. But it's too late. Listen to this part.
My opinion is this. Salman Rushdie, when he wrote the book Satanic Verses, the book became sold like wildfire when fatwa was placed on Salman Rushdie. If Chief Afe babanlole had tarried a while and maybe allowed the sleeping dog lie, this thing wouldn't have gotten to where it is today. The challenge now is, why would he allow the sleeping dog lie when the dog was biting his soul? That is the challenge. When the dog was biting his shoe and he felt he must rescue his shoes, he must rescue his integrity, he must rescue. But if he had even gone to the extent of filing civil defamation, police would not have been involved. Nigerians would not have heard about this. But the way it is now, you know, there is the NSAS protests, the anger is still in the people. The police brutality, which has not ceased up to today, the anger is still in the people. The problem that Nigeria had between August 1 and August 10, when there was protest and then children were even arraigned in court by the police, the anger is still in the people. There is this in virtually all countries. Nigeria is not an exception. There is this problem between the people and the police, because an average human being does not want to conform to laws, and the police will insist that you conform to laws. In some cases, the police will overreach themselves and the issue continues. The issue now is, if this matter continues the way it is going, because the conservatives who have sympathy for Chief Afe babanlole seems to want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases. There's a new one that has been filed in Ibadan, right? More, because if you hear the analysis of those by SAN, that one, and maybe more will come.
No, the one in Abuja.
There's another one in Abuja. By SAN Ogumiujo. And even more will come, because they said the book had...
Yeah, it's beyond Chief Afe babanlole.
Yes, so now it is beyond Chief Afe babanlole, and they want to wear out Dele Farotimi with multiple cases that virtually for many years to come, he will be moving from one courtroom to another, answering one question, defending one matter, and all that. At the end of the day, the more that is done, more the cockroaches are being driven out. I keep saying about these cockroaches. The more they are being driven out, and the more Nigerians will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have heard. The international community will hear what ordinarily they wouldn't have. My opinion.
Yes, so. That's why they are having him locked up. Here you get now. So that he will not talk again. Here you get. And before they will let him out, right? They wanted to control the narrative. They want to control what you are hearing. That is why you will see social media influencers, the Ronukus, the criminal lawyers in Nigeria. I'm talking about not criminal lawyers that's a criminal. I mean lawyers who are like doing criminal cases. No, I'm talking about criminals who are parading themselves as lawyers in Nigeria. Are you with me now? So you will see them on TV. You will see them on radio. You will see them writing in the newspapers. They will be trying to force the opinion on you. They will begin to kind of make you believe that Dele Farotimi is wrong. That book, what is said about Afe Babalola is a lie. It's not true. But Dele, you will not hear from Dele. This is what they are doing right now. Lock him up that place. Keep him there. Let's lock him up for another 1 month or 2 months, okay? And then we'll begin to, in fact, it will get to a stage that you will see some people on social media. They will say, Dele Farotimi is begging. We are going to get to that point. You will see, right, where they are going to tell you that Dele Farotimi is begging, I'm so sorry, yes, this and that. Because they need to control the narrative. They need to make all of you believe that they are good people. And Dele Farotimi is just one angry lawyer who just want to spoil the name of the judiciary. And because of that, they have to use the same corrupted judiciary, right? To keep him in. Very soon, you are still going, one court just gave another without Dele Farotimi present. Just gave another that they shouldn't sell the book anymore. Police should begin to seize the book. Very soon, you are going to hear another court that's going to say, even if they release Dele Farotimi tomorrow, another court is going to say Dele Farotimi must not grant press interview. Dele Farotimi must not be seen. You will see bail conditions that will be like, Dele Farotimi must not use social media. Dele Farotimi must not talk to the press. Dele Farotimi must be stopped from saying anything again. Because this is going to, this is just the beginning. Whatever you heard in this book is a tip of the iceberg. The cockroach are the cockroaches of the criminal or criminalities of Afe babanlole and the rest of all their gangs. We are still going to be fed the truth. We are going to make Dele Farotimi write the second edition of this book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. The only way to stop him, the only way to make him not to open further cans of worms is to keep him incommunicado and spend money in driving the narrative in the media. But again, it is too late. Dele Farotimi doesn't even have to say much anymore. We say it all. I told you that I'm already doing my own digging about this old rogue, Afe babanlole. Maybe Nami go write another book, another bestseller. Because you know what? Now, we are now looking into all the Afe babanlole's cases at the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Those he represented, those his chamber represented, especially in the last 25 years. We are now digging into them so that we can see how some of those judgments actually came by. Who are his opponents? You know? So what transpired? In that same vein, an American-based journalist released a report on how babanlole helped criminal politicians in buying judgments from the Supreme Court of Nigeria, Appeal Court of Nigeria, Federal Appeal Court. And in that same breath, babanlole shared over $1.2 million. And that is just a typo. So now, it may not mean much for a country that is so corrupt that corruption is a badge of honor in that place. But at the same time, it will teach the younger generation of the kind of people that have presented themselves as leaders or elders or elder statesmen in that contraption. It will answer all the questions that some of this younger generation will be asking. How did Nigeria arrive here? How did things become this bad? We are digging. Dele doesn't have to do much anymore, right? His book is so factual that he mentioned dates, he mentioned case files. They are like a public record. They are public record. They are not something that somebody just know. I mean, you will never know if I tell you. In fact, you won't believe it if I tell you. No, Baba. Tell us. It is public record. Just tell us where to look. That is what Dele said. So now, they can bring all the cases. Guess what? They do not want to actually face Dele in court. That's another thing I found. They do not want to face him. They want him to be absent while they run to different courts. Okay? And immediately they are getting all these court orders. They rush straight to the media and show it to the CEO. We told you, see, here is another judgment. See, we have gotten another judgment against him. Dele Farotimi, we will show him that you cannot defame our leader. See, they are rushing to the media. Every useless court order, they rush straight to the media. CEO, another one. Hey, CEO, another one. And now, every court order they present is actually an evidence to the wrath of Nigeria Judiciary that Dele Farotimi published. Now, I want to see how their court order will be implemented or executed on Amazon. Do you have Amazon in Nigeria? Like, so you're going to tell Amazon UK, Amazon US, Amazon in Canada, or Amazon in Europe that a court in Abuja said that they should not sell Dele Farotimi's book anymore. Is that really a thing? That's how stupid they have become. The more they are getting all these court orders, the more the book will sell. Over 100,000 copies sold already. Yes, you may not sell it in Nigeria. Guess what? Many people in Nigeria will receive this book as a gift, Christmas gift, packaged. They say, what are you giving me for Christmas? Don't worry, I have a surprise for you. Oh, thank you so much. You are not going to buy a wig for your girlfriend. You are not going to buy, what do you call it? Another Christmas toy for your children. Go and buy them this book, wrap it, and tell them to read it from pali to pali. Because the bane of Nigeria society, those who are responsible for that lawless country, everything they need to know, your children, present them with this book, including those of you whose children are not in Nigeria. Make this part of your Christmas gift. Let this be part of the Christmas gifts for your family members, for your partners, your friends, and your co-workers. Stupidity. Criminals have hijacked Nigeria. Nigeria is now under what is called a state capture, where drug dealer is their president. Boko Haram sympathizer is their vice president. A treasury looter is their Senate President. The Chief Justice of Nigeria is also a thief. A woman that was once banned from entering America because of her corruption. And that is Kekere Ekun Agbaole. You have a National Assembly, populated by rogues, criminals, and all that. You have a cabinet that is of former governors and state looters. That is state capture in Nigeria. And that is why in Nigeria right now, it is the people are facing the worst time of their lives in that contraption, economically. And what have you? The human right in that place is at its lowest. It probably doesn't even exist anymore. No thanks to the judiciary that legitimize election rigger, certificate forger, a drug lord as the president of a country. We are feeling that, I mean, the people of Abuja that rejected APC, Egbekegbe, are being punished like they have offended the gods. Wike is their minister. And since the first day that Wike became the minister of the FCT, it seems like he's sworn to make their lives hell. People who have had their properties in Abuja for donkey years, those who have all the documents to their landed properties, this tout, former garage tout, local government chairman, this miscreant called Wike has unleashed terror on the people of Abuja. He started grabbing their lands from day one when he was appointed minister of FCT. Wike decided to invalidate people's landed documents. The moment Wike is interested, in fact, he bragged on camera when he took the land that belonged to Julius Baja in Abuja. You know what he said? He said the land was allocated to Julius Baja for like 17 years ago, but they haven't developed it. So he took their land and many other people's lands to make sure that even if you have to say you want to go to court, you are never going to get any justice. Wike took people's lands and said he wanted to build houses for judges in Abuja. And guess the person that came to come and commission the stolen land? The Chief Justice of Nigeria. Yes, you heard me right. Chief Justice of Nigeria. Kekere Ekun Agbaole. She was the one who went to go and commission a land stolen from people. Because according to Wike, judges in Abuja need houses. And Tinubu's government is about to build them houses. No compensation, no nothing. He took people's lands. He went on and on to take other lands. But when Wike take all these lands, he shared them to his friends. When he was asked that we hear that when you take these lands, you are reallocating them to your friends. He said, do you want me to allocate it to my enemies? He said that. It's on camera. Wike said, yes, he's reallocating the land. If I'm allocating them to my friends, what is wrong in that? Do you want me to allocate the land to my enemies? It is turn by turn Nigeria Limited. And the people of Abuja are living on serious apprehension, all because those who captured Nigeria are now living, because they've been legalized, they've been legitimized. They are living completely above the law. Rita Lori, she is a chief, Abuja resident. She was on a rise to share the lamentation of what it is currently in Abuja with Wike as a minister. Now, before I even get to that, hang on, I think we should start from that. Listen to this.
Camp were dilapidated, and also you can't inhabit them. Is this true, or do you think you were just targeted? Yes, ma'am.
Ayo, look, go to that camp. There are Italians. All of them are white. Most of them are white. Do you think white people will stay in a dilapidated area? This is puzzling. You want to dilapidate? This is all I'm asking today. I'm asking all Nigerians to prove Wike. Enough is enough in this country. This is our country. I work here. I work in this country. For God's own sake, it should be probed. All land should be probed. It's grabbing land that I say so. Because I'm a Nigerian. He is a Nigerian. Why should he grab lands from people who labored for it? Where was he when Abuja was a forest? Why? What? And I challenge Mr. President, whose name is being used and polluted, that he must probe Wike. Enough is enough.
Has this matter
we
been,
worked here. This is our capital.
All right, madam. Have you approached the court on this matter? Because at the end of the day, I mean, I'm sure you'd have pursued your legal options. Have you approached the court, and what's the standing currently?
I've asked the lawyers to take over and to look into all the matters. But as I said, I am a journalist and I've done my investigation journalism. The land grabbing in Abuja is not going to help this country. Enough is enough. And you shouldn't forget, I'm a chief from the Niger Delta. Our money is being used here. Look at our home. We are dilapidated. If you want to talk about this dilapidation, go to the Niger Delta. Go to my grandmother's house. Go to my grandfather's house, where the oil has been pumped. That is where you should go to. That is where you should help Nigerians if you want to. Not money brought to Abuja and is sunk here and is being taken over by big men of the country.
Okay, madam.
And Shinda, I am going to...
We've seen through that video. I mean, very sad one there, so sorry. The way forward probably for you will be, apart from all of this, to also call on the legal team, you know. But I want you said you don't go out to beg anybody, but I want you to speak to President Tinubu as we speak. You know, talk to him from your heart. I mean, you started by narrating the story of your very lovely husband, which you miss dearly, and I can see, you know, the emotions in your eyes, and sorry about what you're going through, you know, but I want you just to talk, get a chance to talk to President Tinubu. Now, you never know, he might be watching this, and just pour out your mind to him on this as much as you can.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I'll try. I will try.
Go ahead. He's probably listening, or people around him are listening. Just speak from your hearts to him and tell him your prayers, what you want.
What I want, number one, when I go to court, I want the courts to be left alone, to investigate and see whether Paul Ogbebo is a criminal, is a land grabber, or he has given his best to this country. As a soldier, and, oh, I'm in a bad shape now. I'm sorry.
Well, madam, well, we understand.
In a world of...
we understand your plight.
I am sorry. I want the court to be left alone. Let the court take the decisions. But I don't want to doubt the courts. Because this is what I'm living for. The courts, Nigeria. I don't want to doubt the courts. I want the courts to look at this matter the way they should. Legally, truly, punishedly, they should look at it. Because I have Paul Ogbebo has over 10 men. 10 men who do we tell them? They saw their father. Their father gave them good example. What are they going to now say they have a country? They have Nigeria they can run to.
Wow.
He has grandchildren.
Madam.
What do we tell them?
Madam, we understand your concern, and I'm sure that many women in Nigeria and elsewhere in your condition will identify with you, fighting for your husband's legacy and also for your children's inheritance, and then standing up to say that Nigeria should treat people fairly, whether in the Federal Capital Territory or elsewhere. We'd like to thank you for joining us on the morning show. We'll take a short break now. And when we
people who have their documents, where a Wike would say their document is not genuine. People who have built their properties, estates, houses, where a Wike would say, no, they are shanties. They are dilapidated areas. And when he took the land from Julius Baja, he said he was building houses for judges, right? Now that he's taking the lands in a life camp, Abuja, he said he's building hostels for law school. We need to build hostels for law school. And that is why we need to demolish all these houses. We need to chase everybody here. What happened to their land? They have documents. What document? They don't have any document. That is fake. They are land grabbers. They are grabbing land. They are grabbing land everywhere. He told his own staff never to look at anybody's documents because the intention is that he has received a matching order from Tifnumbu, okay, to take as many land as possible. So if you have any documents, it's not because government gave you the documents. So if the government says, okay, we didn't give you the document again, in court, all those who approved lands and collected money from people before Were Wike became minister, to Were Wike, all those documents are not genuine. They are not. So they marked people's houses in an estate that has been in existence for 40 years, even before Abuja became the Federal Capital Territory. Land grabbing. Look at these guys this morning.
They have come with the bulldozer to come and destroy the property. They have come with the bulldozer. They have come with the bulldozer. Everybody, please come out. They have come with the bulldozer.
What about the gate? Wait. Oh. You will kill us, oh. You will kill me. You will kill me. Open the gate. You will kill me.
They have come with the bulldozer. They have come with the bulldozer.
Video, put down your phone. Video. Because we see what's going on.
Look, we have an order of court. We have everybody is watching. This is streaming on Arise. It's streaming on Arise. It's streaming on the news. Everybody is watching. Please, everybody, come and see what they are doing. If you want to destroy, it's streaming on Arise. It's streaming on Arise. You want to destroy? We are taking pictures of you and making. It's streaming on Arise video. Look at them. They came with the bulldozer. It's streaming on Arise. All of your faces are on. Where is streaming on Arise? No, take their pictures now. It's streaming on Arise. You will come and destroy now. Look at. They came today to come and destroy. You people want to destroy. It's a lie. Where are you going to? Come and destroy.
Yes, people. Criminals. Criminals. Open your face.
Open your face. Open your face. Open your face. It's streaming on Arise. That's what he said was you.
Criminals, come. People will kill us today.
Look, we have an order of court.
See what you see what's going on, oh. You will kill us. You will kill us, oh. You
You will kill us. You are not going anywhere. Oh. Wike, you want to kill us. Wike, you want to kill us. 42 years old property. You people are not going anywhere. Oh. You people are not going anywhere. Oh. Nigeria's people should come. Come to our aid. Wike and his people, land grabbers. Bro, cannot run.
42 years property. So with a Wike, it is already a forgotten issue. All that one that you are seeing, the drama, everything, right? By this time next week, they would have demolished some of those houses. Yeah. In many places that they've grabbed their lands. It started with a businessman, an Igbo businessman, who has this massive land in Abuja that he paid for billions of naira worth of investment. Then this man, right, started building estates by selling the land to people who are mostly civil servants to build their own houses. When a Wike came and he said, how did an Igbo man own this kind of land in Abuja? How? Who sold it to him? How? He said, but all the document shows. I said, what document? What document is that? The people that bought the land from the man, who are building their own, their properties in the estates, they started demolishing some of them ended up in the hospital. Emergency hypertension, high blood pressure. That was a year ago. Majority of them have relocated back to their villages. Some of them have become homeless. And there is no court that saved them. That's where it started from. You see, all these ones are the latest victims. He will do it. They will bring in soldiers. They will bring soldiers, mean-looking soldiers, police, and all of them. They will bring hundreds of them. They will then bring all the bulldozers, and they will start demolishing all those houses. What you are seeing right now is just the first reaction. We no go Grio, we no go. Even Very Dark Man was there earlier too.
I'm currently live at Lifecam Roundabout, and behind me is the estate where Wike is trying to forcefully collect. Now, these people have been here since 1984, where they have allocated this land to them. They have the papers, they have all the legal documents. And Wike woke up one morning and said he has revoked the land, that the land is vacant. I showed you around the estate. All these people behind me, all these cars behind me, are the people living inside the estate with their kids and their families inside the estate. Wike woke up one morning and said he has revoked it, and now he has allocated it to this person. Now, I have the RFO and the CFO to the people he allocated it to. He allocated it to Saravera Nigeria Limited, which they contacted them, they are not in existence. This same Saravera are allegedly the people that are currently managing Wike's hotel in Port Harcourt. Now, the other person that has a big share in the whole of this thing is the head and the leader of the minority in House of Reps in the name of Kingsley Chinda. Now, I'm calling on the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, and the Nigerian Air Force. Because what is happening here today is just injustice. What I'm calling on you people is that the person that owns this land, the person that have the legal document of this land, passed on just 4 years ago. It's his family and his people and a whole community that love him that is living here. This man was the first cadet in the Nigerian Defense Academy, the number one, the 001. If this kind of thing can happen to him after he passed, after the service, this man is a man that carried bullets in his body for years before he passed on. If it can happen to him, you that is a current colonel, current general, current whatever thing, and you cannot open your mouth to talk against this injustice that Wike wants to do here, mind you, tomorrow will be your turn. Because now you are sacrificing for the country. You are sacrificing for the country. You don't even have time for your own kids. You don't have time for your own kids. You are busy, okay, buy this one and buy this one so that your children will enjoy the time that they did not spend with you. You will now die tomorrow, and Wike or somebody will just come and dispose them and chase them away for no just reason, because he wants the place for himself. This is not done. Injustice for one is injustice for all. He brought bulldozer today, as you can see on my screen. He brought bulldozer today, but now the bulldozer went away. We don't know whether they are trying to go and reinforce. The cars that you are seeing parked around the wall, we are trying to use those cars to block the walls. We are using those cars to block the walls so that when the bulldozers come, they'll come and meet people here. If we can ready, when time reach, we will pack all the old children where they live here. Because he said this place is vacant. We'll bring all the children living here, put it in front of the trailer, and be the bulldozer, let him crush everybody. Let him buy all the children, buy all of us all day here. Do you understand? All these people where they did, they pack plenty of them in different families here. You said the place they vacant. Now you know if you want to allocate and give another person, you allocate them for your own self. Before you can revoke a land, is when the land is disturbing the public interest. Maybe you want to build road, you want to build school, you want to build hospital. Do you understand? That's when you can revoke land. Meanwhile, you came and serve them notice after you have already allocated the land. That was when you serve notice. You serve notice on the 22nd of November, and you don't allocate the land on the 10th, and you don't allocate the land on the 15th of November. Where's that done? Nelson Wike, you are becoming power drunk, and this is abuse of power. You are abusing your office. Please stop this. Come back to your senses, sir. With all due respect. Thank you very much. So we are here currently live with the wait. Once you wait to happen. Peace and love. Don't play. Show round. Just show the car.
Did you hear that? He took people's lands. This is not empty, vacant land, though. This is a place where people have been in place for 42 years. Over 40 years. Where Wike decided to take the land, reallocated it to himself. Nigeria. Oh, more. Then he brought bulldozers to demolish their houses. They should go back to their villages. Go back to their villages. Why won't he, the number one law officer of Nigeria, the man that defended the APC during the presidential tribunal trial, got rewarded as the Minister of Justice under Tifnumbu? The people that said drug dealing wasn't a crime. Those who said that Tifnumbu being a Guinea, it wasn't anything wrong. He's the Chief Justice. He's the Minister of Justice in Nigeria. The Minister of Injustice, Fagbemi. Listen to him talking about Were Wike.
Let me seize this unique opportunity to thank His Excellency Nyesom Wike, CON, and all plus. Mr. Project. Whether or not you like him, you cannot dispute the fact that he's a performer. And is one person you always know where he stands. No matter what, you will know where he stands, even if you don't agree with him. He does not pretend. And another thing is, he does not embark on any project he has no money to drive. Without any attempt to reveal the secret at FEC, I know that he's always a crusader of, if you don't have money, don't embark on any bogus project. Start and finish. And the other one is, when it comes to taste, you give it to him. He has taste. I am not saying this because I want him to start another project after completion of this one, because I know he will do so. He has given you, or given us, 8 months, isn't it? Come here in another 6 months. If you are invited to come here in another 8 months, it is to start the foundation of another set of accommodation for the staff of the law school. One thing about the law school is, maybe because of the placement, you cannot really place the Nigerian law school as a university or as an ordinary institution. I said this because if you look at the law setting up TET fund, the Nigerian law school is not included. And I think the time has come that amendments should be made to include the Nigerian law school as a university that can take, benefit from TET fund. There are other institutions, but I think Nigerian Law School stands out. I want to thank the Honorable Minister for considering the Nigerian Law School worthy enough, especially in Abuja. You have been doing it. You did it in Port Harcourt, you did it in Bayelsa, you are doing it all over. But the story of the Nigerian Law School Abuja campus is like the story of a blind man who has a very dogged, a very fierce dog, hunting dog. Each time they told the blind man, oh, when we went on a hunting expedition today, there was a bull that your dog killed. He said, well, I heard you. Until you cook it and put it in my mouth, I will not believe you. Now it's been cooked and it's been put in our mouth. Honorable Minister, we appreciate you. Even though we know that nobody can take this away from you, you are an achiever. You also stand for excellence. And I want to seize this medium to appeal to other public-spirited individuals who are gifted to please come to the aid of the Nigerian Law School. We have several campuses, each requiring attention. Your
nuisance lele.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking them.
So who are you going to now report Wike to if you go to any court? Wike will take people's land. And around that time, it will just either want to build something for law school or build a house for judges, or he wants to build something to put Tifnumbu's name on it so that he can use that as front. But what do you want to take all this land to? What does Wike want to use all this land and all this money? What does he want to use them for? Disrupt and destroy people's lives and livelihood just to satisfy yourself or what? He looted over 1.6 trillion naira from River State in 8 years. In just a year, as a minister in Abuja, his office has expended over 2 trillion naira, 2 trillion naira. And they call him Mr. Project. Grabbing people's lands. What kind of a country is this? The judiciary that should stand in for the poor man has been bought over. They cannot rule against Wike. Once it comes for your property, ẹ̀yin
tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́dọ̀ Yorùbá tí mò ń sọ ẹ túmọ̀ rẹ̀ fáwọn adájọ́ tí ò gbọ́ Yorùbá ẹ pé mo lólórí burúkú ni wọ́n ò ní ṣoríire láyé àtàlùkìyàmà. mo gbọ́ owó tẹ́nìkan kó jọ tó nìkan kó jẹ́ ń jò ní mo sì dákú. èé ti jẹ́ kí ni ó fi ṣe ọjọ́ mélòó ni ó fi lò ọdún mélòó ni ó ṣe láyé tí ó fi ná dúró owó yìí tán. La ilaha illallah ẹ fi yà jẹ mí ẹ ní lu ayé nírọ̀. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá gbọ́.
Amen. Even Pastor Buba has something to say about this too. I don't know if he's affected.
Well, just know, Mr. Wike, that you have to withdraw those instructions you gave to some of your workers in the FCT to demolish the house of the amazing hero that have served this country, Colonel Paul. Whatever you do, we all stood and rose up to your defense when certain Islamic scholars were after you. And we said you deserve the right to be the FCT minister. Well, you cannot use this same power today to begin to oppress other people that you think they don't have the power. Well, you may say go to court because you know you have manipulated your way into the court and the judicial system. But that will not stop justice. God is the God of justice, and they will surely see justice.
that will be the end of it. Because the people have been captured. You will be very daft or very stupid to think that you can see justice in Nigeria courts, where the likes of Wike and others have interest. Let no one fool you. Everything that Wike is doing, Tifnumbu is aware of it. Everything. Let no one fool you. Right now, majority of his victims are hoping that one day Kama will catch up with Wike, and that when that happens, they can't wait to see his downfall. But until then, what happened to the lives and the livelihood of the people that Wike is destroying right now? Where is that justice going to come from? From Sky Daddy. Because it's never going to come from the courtroom. All compromised. Everybody is getting their share. It is grab, grab, grab. Whatever you can grab. Chai, I want to feel sorry for people. But feeling sorry is not going to really cut it for them. I wish all of you well in that Abuja. Because they believe that they have the power. They are the government. If you try anything, they will get you arrested. And they will have you locked up and make your life miserable. Justice. It will be like you have been watching too much or too much movies. If you think there will be any justice, it's all gone. It's gone. And there was this guy on Twitter. He's one of those idiots on social media that usually believe that this lawlessness, this abuse of power is actually a show of power, right? That some of them also craves. He said, only Wike knows how to give the people technical knockouts. When Wike was bragging on how he's been crushing the likes of Atifku, the likes of Obi, obedience, and all that stuff that he brags about. So yesterday, his family house in Abuja, his uncle's house in Abuja, is among the properties that they are going to destroy. And the idiot was on social media lamenting why Wike will be doing this. How can the minister be doing this? This is so wrong. And people reminded him, oh, have you forgotten? Wike knows how to give technical knockouts. If you think you are immune from the consequences of bad governance or bad government or the abuse of power, the illegitimacy of Tifnumbu and his gang, you are not thinking. None of you is spared. Whether you are with APC, Egbekegbe, or you are not. A lot of you think the only people that will complain or that are complaining are those who never liked Tifnumbu and his gang. And you think you are immune from it. No, you're not. You're not. And listen, it's either you will get to need a medical help and the rigged system will deny you that. It will either be a member of your family that's going to fall victim of any of this. That is one thing about bad governance, injustice. Do you know that the only thing that is equally pretty much like well democratized in Nigeria is injustice? It be like Baba Blue. You know that Baba Blue? That's sweet. Or Shopper Chop. Lollipop. That is how injustice is in Nigeria. Everybody go collect. It be like person with a share lollipop. Say, you take one, you take. Yeah, you too, you too. That is the only thing that's democratized in Nigeria. Injustice is democratized in Nigeria, and everybody go collect. Equally, Denny. It is turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. If they haven't gotten to you yet, okay, and you are singing the praise of Tifnumbu, APC, it will reach your turn. Turn by turn, Nigeria Limited. The survivors of yesterday, they are today's victims. See, those of you that have survived today, you are the potential victims of tomorrow. Injustice in Nigeria will reach everyone, whether you are for or you are against. Don't ever forget that. In Abuja today, they had a valedictory session for Monday, the Edo State governor. So I'm going to take you to Abuja, where Monday, Ekpobolo's godfather, Adamu Oshiomole, Adamu Ditelo Oshiomole, had this to say on the floor of the Senate.
Miracle, etc., etc. Like everyone has said, I'm sure we all can say one thing about Distinguished Senator Monday. I have never met a man as humble as Distinguished Senator Monday. His humility is infectious. And yet, even as we say he's a man of few words, he made for that through action and sustained action in a manner that is clear and discernible. Mr. President, we in Edo State, we are so happy. I can go home now without fear. And in 1 month, exactly 1 month, he was sworn in on the 12th of November, and today is 11th of December, exactly 29 days or 30 days. He has gone in history as one of the first governors who ordered 1 week, started making appointments of men and women who will help to shape the economy and the social life of Edo State. He has already taken bold steps to restore respect to the traditional institutions in Edo State. He has already started doing those things that will affect the infrastructural development of our great state that have been abandoned for many, many years. And all those he has appointed are people that some of us already know, like the Attorney General who is seated by him. A man who made his mark that a former governor here, who was also a member of the House at that time, as a minority whip, who could whip even majority to order. In his days as a minority whip ordered the ACN. So I want to thank you, sir, Mr. President, for the leadership you provided, not only while he was here, but also for all the support that this Senate, under your leadership, provided morally and otherwise to support, encourage, and do everything that you could do other than coming to vote, which you are not privileged so to do because you are not registered in Edo State. But you relocated to Edo to give us solidarity where we needed it most and reassure us that we were not alone. On behalf of the great people of Edo State, who are very happy that we have a new sheriff in town, a progressive sheriff for that matter, I want to thank you for your leadership, for your care, for the support, for all the senators you mobilize. Even when the former governor wanted to come and raid the INEC and change figures. Some of our senators here became boxers to protect the votes of Edo State. I won't mention Asuko, for example. I don't need to. Just to say that I'm so excited that he's back here to tell us goodbye. But maybe it's only bye for now, because who knows? As people like Lalong have done, like people like Ojikalu and His Excellency, the common senator. Who knows? He might be coming back here after 8 years to come and complete his senatorial obligations. And I'm sure by then he will be richer in wisdom, in experience, and exposure. And he may just find this place the kind of place he should end his political career. Thank you so much for this privilege.
Distinguished Senator Oshumole, before you stop, I thought it was from your senatorial district.
No, sir.
Okay.
He's from Edo Central.
Okay, otherwise he may retire you when he comes back.
Sir, by the time he's coming back, I would have already retired.
Okay. So conclude.
Because if you add 8 years to the current figure, I do not intend to do well. Well, I do not intend to do 3 times here.
Okay.
So anyway, on a serious note, we are happy that in 30 days, Edo people are aware that there is a new governor in town, humble, resourceful, committed, intelligent, few words, but maximum action. Thank you for the honor of granting him permission to enter along with other senators, including distinguished Senator Matthew Rohide, who left a mark as chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. He is still accounting to us, by the way.
Nuisance, Lele.
He is the godfather, and he is a proud godfather to Monday Pobolo. And after all that said and done, right, Akpabiole declared his seat vacant. Edo people, you would have to deal with that for 8 years. Oh, I'm still coming. We're not done yet. But here is Akpabiole declaring his seat vacant so that they can send somebody else from Edo Central to replace Monday Pobolo as your senator.
Well done. So let me now go to the other side to conclude it. The President of the Senate. Mr. President, declaration of vacancy, Edo Central Senatorial District. The body of this letter refers. I write to bring to your attention, pursuant to paragraph B of section 68 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, that the seat of Senator Monday Okpebolo, representing Edo Central Senatorial District, has become vacant. This vacancy has become necessary following Senator Monday Okpebolo's inauguration as the governor of Edo State. In accordance with the Constitution, his seat is now deemed vacant. And we invite you to so declare. I respectfully request that you declare the seat of Edo Central Senatorial District vacant in compliance with the provisions of the Constitution, and request the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct immediately fresh elections to fill the vacancy accordingly. Please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest regards. As always, this is signed by Senator Abamoro, PhD, Doctor Literature. The other one, FIAMN. I don't know what it means, but I've seen one that is FCPA. That may be fellow chartered public administrators. Am I right? Fellow chartered public administrators, and also the Senate Minority Leader. So in line with your letter and the Constitution, the seat of Edo Central Senatorial District is hereby declared vacant. And INEC is accordingly invited to conduct fresh election to fill the seat left by distinguished Senator Monday Okpebolo.
And similarly, Idaosa is a vice or deputy governor. His own seat also got declared vacant at the House of Representatives earlier today as well.
Member representing Ovia Federal Constituency of Edo State as the deputy governor of the state. Now that he has been inaugurated and formally sworn in as deputy governor, his seat should be declared vacant to enable the process of by-election to commence towards having a new representative for the people of Ovia Federal Constituency. As always, I accept my warm regards, most sincerely signed, Right Honorable Professor Julius Ehovere, OON. Honorable colleagues, with this announcement, it is my pleasure to announce that the seat of Ovia Federal Constituency is hereby declared vacant.
So, to the interesting part now. Now that Edo people have their Okwe Odoyo, because that's what we're going to be calling him, especially now that we saw his meltdown yesterday when he was presenting a supposed budget he wrote for 2025. Okwe Odoyo, the Odoyo governor of Edo, who was unable to pronounce the figures of his own budget like this.
The Edo State 2025 appropriation bill of 605 billion 76 million. Let me take it again. 506 billion 605 billion, sorry, 776 billion. Sorry, it's confusing me. Okay, six.
Order the house, please. Mr. Speaker must be held in silence, please.
605 billion, and details of the budget proposal for your consideration and approval. Thank you for your kind consideration.
Nuisance Lele.
Governor Okwe Dodoyo or Okwe Odoyo of Edo, the Dodoyo governor of Edo, as a defense, in whom happened to be their party chairman in Edo State. The name of the, I think they said he's acting though. The name of the acting party chairman of APC. You know what they say, that if you see anybody inside APC that has a working brain, that seems to be more intelligent than you, your life don't spoil with that too. It's normal, right? To be identified as a member of APC, you do not need your brain intact. You understand? Have you seen any sensible APC member in your life before? Eh? If you see anybody that is saying he's supporting APC, and somehow, that person gets more sense than you, but your life don't spoil with that too. And you say your life is irreparable. Finally, seriously. So this is the guy who is their acting or their party chairman in Edo State. According to him, the reason why Opeodoyo of Edo couldn't really pronounce billions was because he has never stolen billions in his life. Other people are able to pronounce billions because they are thieves who are able to steal, who have stolen billions. Edo people are considered intelligent people. Where did you get these kind of characters from?
Yes, it's been, social media has been agog with the governor, our governor, budget presentation about mistake on 650 billion and the rest of it all. It's a normal thing. Zuma made such mistakes, and a lot of people make such mistakes. I don't know figures. You see, that is how to know original and innocent people. Obaseki will not make such mistakes because he has stolen billions before. Aswa Godalo will not make such mistakes because he has stolen billions before. Monday is not a thief, so he's not familiar with figures. So anybody who wants to talk and continue to talk is nonsense. He's the governor of the state, and he's the governor of the state. He's performing, and he'll continue to perform. And anybody who does not like his face should go to hell and burn to ashes. Period. And thank you.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking the
I mean, I know that Edo people did not really, okay, hang on. I think we know that they rigged the election, but look at the same Edo place where people, they collect their money and they are planting the money. Have we forgotten? And the same Edo. Yeah, I know that the old buying of votes was not really enough to make Opeodoyo your governor, your governor. They had to like use the INEC as well. But there are people who collected money. Yeah, I mean, we covered that on this platform. We saw people who were collecting money, beating themselves up because of money. For that guy to, but where this person come from? So on the one side, I want to feel sorry for Edo people, because this is what you are going to have to face. Except APC, Egbekebe get destroyed at the center. And so now go have to deal with these guys until 2032. Or more. One generation of my waste here. A whole generation of Edo of my waste down here. Just like a whole generation of Nigerians. You tip my waste like a Bukwari wasted the whole generation of Nigerians. Do you even understand the impact of that in your lives? Person that cannot actually read his own budget is a person that will be easily deceived. If you want to steal money and you want him to sign it, all you have to do is that, for example, right? Let's say you want to steal. I'll give you an example. I'm going to type it. Look at the comment. Let's say you want him to approve this money. You know, he can't read it. Let's say 2 billion and 87 million 1,200. Right?
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Can you hear me? So I need to be sure. My audio just disappeared on us a moment ago. Right, I think it's working. Now, listen, just this comparative. This comparison, okay? Now, where is that one? I want to put it on the screen. Right? You know, this is 2 billion and 87 million and 1,200. You know, that's what this is, right? On your screen, Abi. Then you put this 2 billion 807 million 001 200. You see the difference? Eh? I'm supposed to actually put them side by side. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to get at here, right? You know, this is 2 billion 807 million, right? 1,200. So if you take this, right? If you take this to Okweodoyo, your Edo governor, you probably would think he's signing 2 billion and 87 million, not that he's signing 2 billion 807 million. So Okweodoyo will be signing it because he can't read it. Just probably he will not even be able to differentiate them. And before you know it, people will be cashing out without doing much. Sure you get, because you will confuse him. Like Raji Rasaki, who built this gather. Raji Rasaki, they say if you want Abacha to sign your check, Abacha, I don't even know if they lied to us because Tifnumbu and his gang and their media at that time, they say, please don't go to Abacha and be writing a check of, I'll be writing a proposal of 2 billion and 87 million, 500 and 1,000. No. They'll say just use a round it up. Just say 2.1 billion. Better. All these putting figures, it's too much for him. I don't even know if that is true because when I was growing up, they told us that Abacha was an illiterate, only for us to realize that Abacha actually spoke a better English than Okuwari. Have you listened to Abacha's voice before? Abacha actually spoke a better English language, clearer English language than Okuwari. I wish I have one of his clips here to show to you. Abacha spoke well, clearer, not without the accent of the Fulani, what have you, but he spoke clearer than Okuwari. Yeah, he did. But they told us that he's somebody that you could not, they said Abacha was an illiterate. How many of you remember that? Lagos Ibadan media, Tifnumbu and his gang, they no go die well. They told us Abacha was an illiterate though, right? And I'm saying this because that's what I heard. They said, Abacha, if you want Abacha to approve any money, don't go to Abacha with all these too many figures. Just round it up, round figure. 5 billion, Abacha will sign. But 5 billion, 801 million, 100, no, that's too much for him. He can't. They said even if Abacha want to read the budget, he doesn't like to be reading all these figures. Unfortunately, there was no social media then. We're just being fed with different propagandas and all that, unfortunately. Now, you see that guy that said, all of you should go to hell. The reason why Okwebolo could not read figures was simply because he has never stolen billions. The same guy, his name is Jared Tenebe. He's the APC, Egbekegbe's chairman in Edo State. On Facebook, the guy said, some people will have to leave, will have to excuse us from Edo now. And if they refused, they will be forced out. We may start with you. Chairman, what's happened? So this guy asked him, how do you force someone out of his own state for calling out a governor? You called Governor Obaseki all kinds of names. Nobody ever forced you out of the state. Guess what he said? If I ask you to leave and you refuse, you will be killed. But this is not, this guy it is not what do you call that thing again? It is not a parody account. Oh. It's actually the Facebook account of the APC chairman, Edo State. That man that said, whether you like it or not, he's the governor and he's doing well. And if they tell you, say, make you leave Edo State, you don't leave, then we'll kill you. Voila, but you know what people, some of my friends in Edo State said, they said, well, Mayego, don't worry yourself. He's an idiot. Edo people don't take threat like that lightly. And he will soon understand that they might think they have power, but there is a limitation to where their madness can be. I was like, the moment everybody believes that nobody has a monopoly of violence. So Edo State is going to be a state of interest that I implore you all to pay attention. And I'm going to as well, for all happenings in Edo State. I'll share some of them with you as they happen. Earlier today in Abuja, aircraft crash landed, but not like that kind of crash landing, okay? Where it crash landed, its landing gear, the front one, actually like, snapped off the airplane. I'm not sure if it was carrying passenger, but it skid off the wrong way into the bush like this earlier today.
The aircraft is really out of sight. Struck in here.
Flying coffins. Did you see the thread of that tires? Did you see the thread? Otila. How did they allow that to still be flying? I mean, they sell new tires for aircraft in here, because I don't understand. Take a look at it again. How did they allow this kind of aircraft to still be flying with this smooth tires like that with no thread? The aircraft tires are different. Take a look at it again.
The aircraft is really out of sight. Struck in here.
That itself is a hazard, Abi. You know what is called the flying coffins? If the tires were like that, now only God go sabi what the state of the engines of that aircraft is. Not only God, then they themselves will probably know. A lot of you are flying in a flying coffin, and now you are like, your life is hanging like by thread like that. So no wonder, when you are traveling in Nigeria, you would once you enter either on a plane or on a bus or car, you would have to start by binding and loosing. I bind you, I loose you, all of you, the evil spirits where they chop tire. I bind you, all of you, the evil spirit that they chop engine oil. I get all of you, the evil spirit that is working on brakes of I bind you, I loose you, I'm showing you the other side. Tifnumbu posted the German Chancellor in Nigeria earlier this afternoon. And you remember that Tinubu was in Germany. Was it last year? It's almost the same time last year. I think it was around the October or thereabout. I can't remember what they promised you, but it was meant to be the meetings with the Siemens for your electricity in Nigeria. And since that time, between then and now, Nigeria National Grid has collapsed for about 6 times. Oh, sorry, for about 6 to 8 times. Today, that the German Chancellor is meeting with Tinubu inside the old rock. Nigeria National Grid collapsed again. But this is from the scene of the visit. Mr. Frank Steinmeier or something. What is the name of your chancellor in Germany again? Frank what? Steinmeier or Steinmeier? I don't know. Yeah. It's called you.
Are you good? Yes. You good? Yeah. Thank you very much, Judge.
We have import duty waivers for machinery. We have so many other incentives that we help establish private businesses. That one I can show. We put down our bureaucracy. We have a reform in the foreign exchange market, and it's very, very active. We've aligned in our petroleum industry with UNO. Alhamdulillah.
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 Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
Alhamdulillah.
If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again, a town hall, different from blue, Bulaba. The farmer will make more money. Your lunch will not be imported. Cassava gari, yeah. The farmers will make money. The dinner will be cassava by turn the so-called Yahoo boys to experts in manufacturing and creation of chips that intercept and
order. Your dinner will not be imported. Cassava gari ewari. Oh God. Anyway, a ceremonial president visited Kolu, and Kolu is making him realize that they have reform of exchange rate. The reform in exchange rates. We can do business. Everybody can come and do business. You are doing reform, yeah. Oh, bless him. Okay. Some people like that say, don't say that, bless him, Mayegu. Mayegu, don't say that. What do you mean, bless him? Tifnumbu, I go abuse you.
Since when I born you never seen this kind of abuse before. Turubu, I must abuse you. Turubu, number 1, Oguokiyapa. Turubu number 2, Oguokiyama. Turubu number 3, Oguokiya your children. Turubu number 4, Ogugo bury all your family. Turubu is a god to you. A god to you. Turubu is a god to you.
And before you lose your head, maybe this is your first time of being on Mayegun's Diary Political. Don't kill yourself for Tifnubu. We don't have any respect for him here. And he himself told his listeners. So in case before you begin to ruin your mental health, you have subscribed onto Mayegun's Diary Political for your own mental health. Unsubscribe now on this platform. We don't have any respect for Tifnubu. He drug you. Do you understand? And he knows it too. And he told his children. He doesn't use social media anymore.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please. All classes, you know what they call F level? When you get failure in all the subjects that you take. F9, F8, F9, F8, FF, double F. That is his name. All class.
Just a reminder. Thank you. And finally, the Nigeria Naira, which the Ronukus, the bastards, the Ronu Nazis, the Ronu bandits, the Bonus, wanted you to celebrate just 3 days ago when they said Nigeria Naira is gaining. And we keep asking the same question. What changed? Has your electricity generation and distribution improved? No. Has the production manufacturing sector in Nigeria improved? Has Nigeria's manufacturing sector begin to kind of like produce so much that you started exporting? So what changed? They said we should celebrate it, Sha. We should be happy that the rogues that took Nigeria Naira from 145 Naira, 149 Naira to $1, 9 years ago to 1,780 Naira to $1. And then they took it back to 1,550 Naira to $1. And they said we should celebrate that. Say, get mental problem. So I don't know what happened. Seems that when you have there's this game, right? When we were younger, right? We will roll, sorry, if you are not from the billet to the core, you won't understand this. I'm not talking to those of you who are body. Okay, we just want to act tough. I'm talking about those of us that grew up in the streets now as a little kid. Those of us who didn't have a video game when we were growing up, okay, we created our own video game, kind of, right? So you have a broomstick, You have broomstick. Then you have this thread, right, including rubber. You tack it and tack, and then you put the broomstick like that, right? Then you put it down, and you keep rolling like that. And as the thread loosened, right, the broomstick will be turning. Director Scott know what I'm talking about, Abby. And then you do a race. Another person will do their own. You put them side by side. You see which one will go further. Like which of them will go further enough. And then you'll be like, go on, go on, go on, go on. You can do it. You can do it. Go on. Then when the whole thread is totally loosened, it will stop. No, that's exactly how some of you have been hearing on the Naira. Naira, you can do it. You can do it. Come on, go on, go on. You can beat the dollar. You can beat it. Say last day for 2 days. Nigeria Naira will never gain any strength if Nigeria Naira is not backed by production. And production means that a lot of you will be back to work. Millions of people will be back to work, working all year round, like earning money, production, producing. And I'm talking about you have to be producing more than you import. That's when your Naira will have real value. But with the APC, businesses are dying, businesses are packing up. So where is that Naira going to get that energy to fight the dollar? Where? By them pumping dollars into the hands of Bureau de change, exchanging money that way and determining how much they should sell or not. So those of you I just got back, who just went back to Nigeria, or in Nigeria right now for holiday, you will need to change your dollars, change your pound sterling, change your currencies, Abi, to Naira. That's what APC, Egbekebe is banking on. By the time all of you spend all your dollars, all your stuff, right, you go back to where you come from. So with the Naira, go back to where it belongs. And these criminals will continue to go ahead to borrow money against the dollar by devaluing it for whatever dollars they will give to them, which they indeed are not investing in any production at all in that contraption. They are collecting the loans and they are, plundering the money. It's a simple economy. You don't need to even go to university to know that. It's very simple. Demand and supply and the air. So there is no way you build a country on that. No way. All right? And what could have easily helped you would be your crude oil sale. That one too is riddled with so much corruption that you don't even have a clue of how much of the crude oil you are selling and how much money you are making from it. You don't. Anyway, I said finally, but no, there is one more. This time around, it's a road trip back to the mega city in Lagos, where Tokumbo Wahab was busy last night, somewhere in Ikoyi. They are working overnight too, in order to clear the mega city of the illegal structures, as he put it. This one.
Madam. Hello, I have a directive, sir. Bom, Wike.
Lagos mega shitty. Anyway, I would leave it at that, okay? And then we are going to take calls. So if you have been very, if you are very satisfied with what you have watched on Mayegun's Diary Political tonight, you should like the broadcast. Okay, like it. And if you haven't shared it, do so now. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I think you should. Try it. Anyway, that means if you have to go as well, make sure you do all of that. So, and if you want to add your voice to what has been shared there so far in under a minute or two, you can be on the phone with me. Right. So the number to call is right here on your screen. Use it. And when I come back, I will take calls. And yeah, before we wrap it up tonight. Don't go anywhere yet.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
And I have my first caller on the line this evening. Hello there.
Hello. Where you go?
Hello, sir. How are you?
To go meta. Family nǹkan.
Thank God, Baba.
Ẹ kú ètò. Àpè láti joy à ń gbọ́ gbogbo program yẹn ó wà interesting. Yeah. And èmi ti order ìwé tèmi o Nigeria and its criminal justice system.
Ṣùgbọ́n ló máa deliver báyìí.
Àmọ́ tó ti deliver láti Saturday tí mo ti ń kà á gan mo wà ní chapter 9.
Oh, that's towards the end of it, yeah.
Mo order níjọ́.
Come and collect it from you, bye.
Àwọn lè wá kọ̀ àbí o.
You can come around and collect it from your hand.
Àbí o. Àwọn òsèwé people. In fact, it was detailed. Nigeria ti lọ, ó ti lànà pátápátá. In fact, the justice system is really criminal. They're all criminals.
I'm telling you.
No.
Except for those who have not fallen into their trap.
Yeah.
Justice, because justice can collect anywhere.
Want to fall to that trap and you don't have money to bribe any magistrate or judges, you are a gunner. Nigeria justice system is for the highest bidder,
It is.
For the highest bidder. And that's what they are using. And in fact, the whole system is corrupt. In fact, although Nigerian, I don't want to even talk about it because make you have a headache. I'm telling you, to make you have a headache when you see what is really happening. And see what Wike is doing to people's property in Abuja. And they have built the house for 42 years. Or for 42 years, something baby. And Tinubu, what you are doing is wrong. I don't know.
It's going to be up to the people themselves. You know,
that's why I don't want to.
A lot of our people are always acting like if it's not touching them, if it doesn't touch them, then maybe it is not happening. So that is why.
Exactly. You are enlightening every one of us every night to see what is really happening. But there are some that doesn't want to even care. They don't want people about it.
Victims to them.
Yeah. Even though when they become victims, look at Edo State. Look at the governor that cannot pronounce whether trillion, pronounce lano. I was so ashamed that a whole governor of a state. Then the country and the command consider billion number. You see? So this is what we are saying, that even though when people they see, most of them see what is happening, but they don't care as long as this is what is really happening. Until everybody ṣùgbọ́n lọ party wọ́n ṣe show káàkiri wọ́n yìí ṣe àwọn onífíìmù yìí ń gbé fíìmù káàkiri until tó bá sí anybody tó máa wo fíìmù wọn tó bá sí anybody tó máa lọ fún fíìmù kíní kan ẹ̀dẹ́n tó tẹ̀lé ra nǹkan mọ́ ní lọ́jà then everybody náà ṣe ọjà pọ̀tọ́ wa dojú ẹ̀ bá but náà wọ́n yìí rí tátàtà jẹ so that is just the problem. So no matter you are enlightening us with all this exposure that you are giving every night, it's enough for everybody to say enough is enough. Let's change this. Let's change it. But Nimbo, as you are okay, Yaya Bello, is it not people that are supporting me? Want to heal it? And don't know billions. They don't heal it. Ó tún yan ẹni tó wá kọ̀wé tó líkì síkírìtì àwọn judicial system Nigeria ẹ fi akọ̀pù sí lọ́wọ́ so you could see that I ní long go láti lọ the place is messed up well, let's not deceive ourselves.
Anyway, thank you very much for stopping by.
They can come and take the book. They can come and take the book from me. I've already got my own book.
Point gun at your head. So hand over your book.
Okay, it's here with me.
All right, Baba.
Good night, eh?
You have a
Good
good
night.
one, sir.
Yeah, bye.
I mean, that is what they have to do. They would have to actually begin to, I don't know, maybe this is also going to be a bit of a security tip. Some of you that are going to Nigeria, because even despite all of this, a lot of you are going to Nigeria, you've bought your tickets, you're just looking for, counting the days as we speak. Some of you come to Mayegun's Diary Political to just come and have an idea of what is going on so that you can know how to plan yourself and your trip. I want to advise you, please, do not take this book with you to Nigeria. Here you understand now. These guys will use that as an excuse. You may just realize that they will check your luggage. As once they see the book, they'll say, now be this, you're under arrest. They will go and think later, what law have you broken? Even if you have not broken any law, right? They will have to manufacture one to justify why you should not be with the book. I'm just saying. Hello there.
Hello, General. Good evening, my even General.
How you doing, Baba?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the great show, for reading the book, for putting it out there for the world to see. And especially now that they have implemented their fake court proceedings to ban the sales of the book. People in Nigeria will still have access to your YouTube channel and they can read the book. Yes. But they just have to hide, they have to, they have to hide. Maybe they might implement a similar ban that Buhari did with Twitter and ban YouTube, but that will be their death. Well, I don't even need to say that will be their death because they've done everything in the past that I expected to be their death, and it wasn't their death. So I don't know what their death will be. But if they decide to ban YouTube as well, we'll see what happens. But thank you for putting that book on your space. The main reason I'm calling is I was trying to call in yesterday, and I know a lot of people might be disappointed, but I'm just going to explain people like me's perspective as far as Peter Obi is concerned.
Right.
If Obi going to see Afe Babalola is not surprising in any way, shape, or fashion. Not at all. We've seen Obi in the past refer to Atiku Abubakar as my senior brother. Oh, he's my senior brother.
That's right.
We've seen Obi in the past hang out with Obasanjo, Abdul Salam, Sheikh Gumi, Gowon, Babangida. Listen, you can't take that out of the heads of millions of us that are mad about the contraption. You just can't take that away from our heads. And people might say, oh, keep Obi out of your mouth. He's not in government. Stop criticizing him because he's not in government. Well, unfortunately, he's one of the most influential figures, political figures in the contraption. And people are going to talk about him. Right. So if Obi is mingling with the likes of Babangida, Obasanjo, and the rest of those guys that contributed to the death of the contraption, why would I be surprised that he's hanging out with Afe Babalola? And why would I even have any form of trust for him? So, I mean, if you can help me with that, that would be awesome. Otherwise, I just feel like we are in that position where some of us have drawn the line between people we can ever have any form of respect or trust for and people that we will never ever consider them. Forget about it. Just based on their actions. Secondly, I know people are going to talk about his past, his success in Anambra State. I'm going to be honest with you, not up until 2022, during the election campaign, did I start hearing anything about Anambra State. Throughout my entire life in Nigeria, just like every other state, I had never heard anything good come out of Anambra. So this is not a shade to Anambra or I'm from Ogun State. It's also a shithole. Okay. Ogun State is a shithole the same way Anambra State is a shithole. If people are going to brag about the fact that Obi was successful in boosting Anambra's education system to be number one in the contraption, that is still not something for me to be proud of, because amongst short people, amongst dwarfs, and no disrespect to my dwarfs, one of the dwarfs will still be the tallest. So if Anambra State is the best in education in Nigeria, it doesn't mean that it's something for me to be proud of. Point blank and period. Apart from that, we've heard so many other negative things about Anambra State. So people like me, it's just not possible to convince us to have that level of love or appreciation for Obi. And that's my contribution for the evening. Thank you so much, my General.
Very much as well. The African Wahala. And yeah, sit back and then possibly listen to other people's reactions to your own contribution. Stay safe, Baba. All right?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Here is another caller, and this time around it is Prince Adebayo from Sweden. Did I get you correct?
My king.
Prince,
my king.
Prince Adebayo.
My king.
How are you tonight, sir?
My king. I'm good, my king. These days I have time, so I must be calling, because when I no longer have time, I will know that I use my time well.
So you have the floor.
Yeah, so Baba, I observed one thing that I wanted the world to know.
Okay.
You know, ever since we have been protesting and we have been doing all our, talk and walk, so we already did this, everybody did that. No time did they pick anybody who is this important and refusing bail, like this Farotimi. That is exposing the fact.
For sure. I remember that time that they just kept adjourning and adjourning and adjourning.
Yeah, that one.
Away as well for a while.
Yes, that one is the first revelation. Now that is the first revelation. Right. This is the second revelation, that the second powers that are holding this contraption.
Yeah, I think I get the drift now.
Yeah.
We're actually like having a whole fight with the government in power.
In the government, yes, exactly.
Direct fight with the government in power.
In government, exactly.
I think I get you now.
Yeah, so this is another where when we are talking about those, the cabal that are protecting and keeping this contraption, the judges and people like Afe Babalola, they are the next in the line of this cabal that we must bring down, we must expose. Because you look at what they did to our election. Immediately they announced that this thing, they told us, go to court. That's where the power, another power. Yeah.
Go to court.
Yeah.
Now,
go to court.
That statement, go to court, right? It's pretty much like, it's like, go and waste your time there. There's nothing that will come out of it.
Go and waste your time there. Yes, those are one of our hands. So this judges is another regulation. That's where the power that is holding us down is. Apart from the government, the executive, the judges, the way they are holding us left, right, and center, they will take your land. I can't even think about buying any land in that country, that contraction again. In fact, renting hotel, once I just enter there, take hotel. Sell it and save your money, leave that place for them. Because this is obvious. They will use the judges to take your property and you do nothing. Property, 40 years old property. When did Wike enter politics?
Yeah. At most 20 years ago. And that was in Abuja.
20 years ago.
That was in River State. So,
Now he has got to take
He has turned people's lives upside down right now. You have no idea. Many families in Abuja right now can't sleep because you don't know if they are next.
And Wike's family, they are part of the judges we are talking about.
His lady's wife, a judge. His wife is the judge in Nigeria.
That's to let you know another hand that is holding us down. You see that judiciary, we must bring it down. We must reveal everything with this noise, this current noise. We must use it to reveal everything. Who are those judges that are being used? That man that was talking to the House of Reps or these senators that was saying it was his wife. He was using his wife to help the executive. We must bring
His wife is a former president of the Court of Appeal in Nigeria.
Yes. We must bring out all their names, all these people. We must list all of them out so that the world will know how they are suffering. They are in their hands, in the cage. Baba, thank you very much. You are doing a good job.
Thank you so much as well for your time, Baba. You have a very good one, okay? So let's take another one. And I think this is MOG stopping by.
Hello.
MOG. How are you, sir?
Hello, Mayogu.
Yes, sir.
I'm fine. Good evening from here. Mayogu, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And you? Mayogu,
it's been a long day.
In fact, from this book you started reading, you are helping us now because I can't read. I only read newspapers and news from internet. Anything that is over
pages like this, you'll be like, I'll continue later.
Yeah, everything is like over 100 pages. It's very difficult for me, you know. But little you have read. We are in deep shit by ego. You know, when you started seeing all these things now, there's a place you wrote in the Bible, where does our help come from? So we should look up the sky, and where does our help come from? Even when we look up the sky now, our help is not coming from anywhere for Nigerians. I keep on saying it. Tsunami, even revolution cannot even do it. And I came across one thing on Facebook yesterday, and you see, these people that started this thing now, if you watch since Tinubu and his gang came in, and in fact from Buhari came in, there's nothing like human sympathy anymore with this party called APC. PDP were doing their own, and people were still eating. But since these people came, they are not doing it to ourselves, to our face. Look at Wike and what Very Dark Man was saying that place. He said he now allocated this land to himself, unexisting farmer company. And when you know, Nigerians, we don't go through investigation, we don't check anything. For these people to bring out themselves and be going into this, then we begin to see how rotten Nigeria is. And God will not save Nigeria. Nigeria will turn to China or Ghana before it will be good. I told my wife yesterday, before Nigeria will be good, they are going to kill a lot of people without looking. Okay, look at this woman now. He's George. The son is son after 3 years, like he read today. He said after 3 years.
He was supposed to actually spend like about 10, 15 years before becoming a son.
Yes.
He became a son.
His twin brother.
2.5, 3 years.
His twin brother. His twin brother is in APC. This one is the one that surfaced. So there's thousands of them, hundreds of them. Nobody knows that are doing a lot of underground something just to eat in Nigeria. And
Amina Jogi, or what's her name again? That former justice said, since the day they shocked the politicians on Peter Obi versus Ngige case, that was the day the politicians realized that justice get power. Since that time, they have started putting their family, their wives, their children as judges, from magistrates to appeal court to high court up to Supreme Court.
You see, the civil servants, the PAMSEC, they are the ones that do the paperwork. The politicians don't go with money, but the politicians are now on them. There's corruption in civil servants. There's corruption in politics. The last hope of the people is now judiciary. Everyone is going on there. Look at that man now, 92 years old. I'm not talking about news now, or I'm talking as human being now. As a human, I'm just putting it like a human now. This man is 92 years. They one of their cases now against Dele is to get all the money he sold on that book. And look at the money they had already. Millions of dollars. They don't pay him in Naira. They paid him everything.
£10 million to a school in London.
Yeah, 25 years. This man has been making dollars, millions, and he's now 92 years old. What is he going? What is he going to do with this money? Don't mark my word today. That barrister Nzako that came to arise today, they will go after that man because that man opened a little bit of how the judiciary is and how Nigeria is corrupt. But I will say my end time here now. I will say just Nigerians should stand up and go after those people without going after them, without showing an example. Like what these guys did at this estate today. They chased them away. I know they will come back, but very soon people will kill them. People will take the risk. That's all. But if Nigeria don't go after these people, all Nigerians will die because these people they don't send anybody. Thank you, Mayego.
Thank you so much, Emoji. You have a very good one, sir. So please, if you're still with us, remember you can share this broadcast if you haven't already. So I have another caller. Did I get you? Hello.
Are you Marigo Prince on the line? While I called into your program, Marigo, I was just sleeping now and I woke up. I said, I have to call you. Now,
you got through,
yeah, quick on my head. I called because, I felt very, very concerned about this Dele Farotimi saga going on in Nigeria. And I feel so pain for my country. It's a very pathetic situation because, you see, a lot of people living in that country, they only stay on mainstream media. And the way they've done it, I don't know how they've been able to perfect this situation in that country to the point that people don't even reason how to talk.
There's a system.
And
it's called a system.
Marigo, you are very
set of people. It's like a group of
you are very correct.
It's a system.
You're very correct about the enablers. And talking about the enablers, that's the reason why I called. 2 days ago, I was listening to Abati on Arise News in the morning, that their morning show. And they had this guest, Babatunde Ogala. That guy, that Babatunde Ogala, that lawyer they brought, that guy is an half-caste. He's not even a Nigerian. Now, that Babatunde Ogala, you see, is one of those people they should go half. That guy was a former House of Assembly member in Lagos State. I know his story very well. His wife is a judge in Lagos State. As we speak, he's a lawyer and his wife is a judge in Lagos State. So you can imagine if somebody is a lawyer and his wife is a judge in Lagos State. Imagine the kind of cases these people get and how they use their own family influence, to make sure people who are supposed to get justice.
Seen all of them coming out to come and fight.
So you see, you remember when that senator spoke about how he has used his wife to make sure that people, yeah. And I look at Ogala spitting fire, talking rubbish, and Abati was just there. And I began to question what exactly does Arise News stand for? Marigo, what they did that day is just to make sure a lot of Nigerians believe all the lies.
And that's
all the lies.
Because to them, Rufai is rebellious. He's always treating them. They don't like that.
See somebody like Ogala, who is is a corrupt person, very corrupt human being. He left out of assembly, went back to, private practice. And since he's been there, he's been using his wife. All this while, even before he even went back to private practice, do you know how many things he's used his wife for? The wife is a judge or a lawyer. They've turned the judiciary into a family affair.
It's all over the place.
They use their children, their relatives, their wife to do all sorts of.
Some of them use, whatever they can get, just plant them. They have all these things planted everywhere, all over the country.
Imagine somebody like Ogala, mocking a lawyer like himself. Now, let's talk about this book itself. Mahigu, why would they try to fight back this guy if what the guy has published is not about to shake the system? They know that people, okay, Mahigu, look at it from this point. They've all gone to buy the book themselves. They've read everything. They've seen the rot. They've seen what is coming, that is tsunami that is about to happen. This guy have been open to open a lot of canker worms.
And then they believe that if the public should take advantage of it, their days are numbered. It's just a matter of time.
Amayigun, I thought they said in law there is objectivity. I thought they said judges will look at the premises of a case, look at the argument of both counsel before they draw conclusion. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for my country, Mahigun. These are some of the things a lot of us see. And we feel so discouraged to the point that we can't even do something good in that country. We can't invest there because we can't even take our children back home.
The rule of law is dead, and you don't want to you don't want to become a victim. If Nigeria happens to
Mahigun, one thing that I know is this. These cannot go on for a very long time. I said something today on my wall. I said, you can only permit darkness for so long. A day will come. Look at all countries around the world. There is one day, a day shall come that the truth shall break open. Do you know how many of Dele Farotimi that is out there? Do you know how many books? It's just that Nigerians don't read. But now they say they want to withdraw the book away from circulation. So how about on Amazon? How would they do that internationally?
Those of us that have actually procured ours, so what are they going to do?
Yeah.
Come take it from us.
The only thing Nigerians have to be aware of is now how they use their enablers everywhere, bringing all sorts of people listen to them. Nigerians should resist this in whichever form. And it is very, very important. And I feel very, very, very bad for that country. My ego. All kinds of injustices.
Thank you so much for your contribution again, and thank you very much for calling. Right?
All right.
So we'll keep putting it out there. And those who need all these answers, right, they are getting the answers. And all of these, right, it's like, it's like a number. Their days are numbered. One of these days, we shall hear the kaboom. Stay safe, Baba.
It will happen.
Thank you very much, and stay safe.
All right, bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers. So that is one thing that I believe information does. Okay, information like this, it's like the proverbial wheel of justice. It can be very slow, but it will be very grinding. And all this is just like a collection of the proper information people need, which eventually is going to arm them, prepare them. And when the shit finally hits the fan, right? It's going to happen so quick and so fast. So let them enjoy the impunity. Let them enjoy it. as much as they can for now, but a time and a moment is coming when the entire thing, right, will collapse from the center. So the self-destruct button that they are pressing, right, it will become activated. I just hope that when that happens, for real, when it finally happens, they would not really have all the escape route. I know a lot of them they've planned their escape from Nigeria whenever the shit hit the fan. But there's something they should be reminded of. Not be all of them would escape. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Mayegun. Good evening, sir. Yes, this is Osa calling from France.
Osa,
Yes.
Is the first time of talking?
No, it's not the first time. I've called you. I've called you several times, and I came up with a solution where we should put money together, you know, and and make you in charge of it. Yes.
I was trying to kind of like, pitch that voice when you said France. So I was like, okay. How you doing tonight, Baba?
Yes, I'm great. I'm great, but in the same time, I'm extremely upset. I really had a very bad day at work today because I saw your. I was watching your show, the one you did yesterday about the Peter Obi visit to that place. So it really got me. It riled me up so bad because because Dele Farotimi is taking a risk, you understand, of his own life, his kid's life, and his own wife and family's life too, by doing the right thing. But anyway, I don't want to go deep into that. I still support Peter Obi. Peter Obi is it wasn't good for the.
Disagree with him in that manner without being disagreeable. It's fair.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and please, I just want you to give me a permission to talk to your viewers. I really want to make one because there was something you said this evening about this is it Olanikpekun guy suing Dele Farotimi. So what I'm thinking is, you understand, viewers, please, what I'm trying to propose is we shouldn't let this thing just go down like this. If they are suing Dele Farotimi, why don't we open a GoFundMe, you understand, where we put someone in charge? We can put Mayegun, if he accepts, you understand, in charge of the money. We put money together. We're a lot. It's over 100K now. We can put whatever amount we want, even if it's one Naira or one euro. That money, wherever, which one of us are. I'm in France. I use euro. There are people in America who's watching my ego. There are people everywhere in UK too. Let's put at least one money to get and get a lawyer and sue this babanlole man. Let him don't think he's the only one who can. Let the Nigerian people too sue him for putting, you understand, the life of the citizens at risk, you understand, in this kind of pain that we are going through right now. Most of us are here in Europe, you understand, suffering. You understand? You see women doing 3 jobs, 2 jobs, just because, you understand, they are trying to survive and send money home to their family. We are not having it easy, but they are building university. They should ask babanlole, which university did he go to that he became a lawyer during his time? Wasn't it the local universities in Nigeria he studied? Wasn't it? But the present ones can't study nowhere. They keep building private. Please, I don't know. Maybe what I'm suggesting.
It's a very
maybe
good idea. I wouldn't say no per se. Okay, but it seems that those who are representing him are currently doing so as for for colleagues, like a pro bono. But I get your drift. So if we have a chance of reaching out to his legal team, which there are really many,
exactly
to them, yeah, we can see
exactly
together and support them.
Please, viewers, please, let's do this. Let's do this. We keep saying, we don't like this, but we don't like this. But let's do something for once. We can't just keep saying we don't like. Let's put money together and let Dele Farotimi knows that the people are behind him. They are with him. We support. You understand what he has done.
All these bigger platforms are women. These guys who have a very much like vast platforms, right? Who could easily just put this together as well. Use their platform to promote it. And imagine, that you have over $100,000 raised for his legal defense.
I'm telling you, you see what that money can do.
It's not just buying his book. People are really big. I get that, but yeah, it's an open option.
Anyway, thank you very much. That's what I was really waiting for, this calling time, so I can ask for this. And all of you, if you find it okay, please call in. You understand, and give your opinion too. Maybe I didn't put it the way you think it. Maybe if you have a better idea, then you call in and talk about it. Thank you very much, my Egun. God bless you.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you so much again for calling in. Okay, and you.
Thank you.
Nice one, man. So I do have another caller. This time around, I think it's a lady. Lady. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, ma. How are you?
Very good.
Ma'am?
Yeah. It is me. I'm calling from the US.
Lady Stella. Can you mute the broadcast in the background so that we can hear ourselves?
It is me. I'm calling. Yeah, I think you're hearing me now.
Yes, I am. And are you hearing me as well?
I am.
Grant. Please,
good job. Continue what you're doing. I just like what your last caller said. I am one person that look for solution. When something happens, I don't like to raise my hands and start crying. Yes, how do we help? How do we come together? And so that they will know it's not only Dele, that our eyes are open and they can't shut it. There's no going back. So I really support what he says. How are you going to get a platform that they will know they're no longer fighting alone with Dele, that they are fighting with the whole Nigerians? Awareness, the essence of awareness is to take advantage of it, rally round support, and let them get another fight, especially from the diaspora, because they are okay to use our money to budget and spend. Like this Christmas, a lot of money is flooding home from us. But it's also good to bite from, let them know that now we know we need to do something. I like solution. I like solution. So that's a very good area I want us to follow up with.
Okay. The way I usually do it is that I will find means and reach out to his legal team as much as possible. Now, if we have their consent, right? It could actually be our own little way of saying we are not just going to sit back and watch. We want you guys to go beyond defending, to actually attacking too. We want you to sue them. And if you have to sue them beyond Nigeria, please do it. So that wherever they go to, they themselves will have a case or questions to answer. I like that. But I will do something on my own side to reach out, and I'll bring back.
Yeah, reach out and let us know. Let us know, because if we share some of this money we're sending home for Christmas, we can use it to go after them. Yes, they have all the money, but they want to protect their name. There's no way you can protect a bad name. The name is already bad. It's like rotten egg that has been broken. The smell is all over the place. You can't scoop it back. Yeah. So let us.
You can't unpack it and say, okay, that will.
You cannot. No. You can't unpack it. Like an oil that has been spilled, and they are helping us to spread the news.
Yes.
How on earth do you think Amazon will stop selling books? My husband got his own copy, and yes, we have a copy in our house now, and we are going to be reading it. And then, yes, let's do something. And honestly, it's a good thing.
I am going to do my best behind the scene, and I will bring back their response here. If they want to take the offer, I will come back here and tell everyone that, okay, yeah, this is their own written approval that we can do that. Yeah, I'll work on it.
Yes.
Get back to us.
Yes. And good job. Continue what you're doing. Continue. I'm just going to see if I'll go give you a cup or two of coffee right now.
Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. Okay. So yes,
thank you.
I will report back at some point. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. You have a very good evening.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So that sounds really, really interesting. It's just that I'm so sorry, right? That I have grown so pretty much like withdrawn when it comes to raising money to support people that are being persecuted in Nigeria. I have had very terrible experiences, but not always. Like I had one when it comes to, remember Sunday Igbo's issue, that didn't end well. Okay. If not for the fact that I do have my own brethren here who have built with me, it would have really be a reputation ruiner for myself. So since then I've always had this. So I prefer to stick to my Yoruba Union, group where everyone is like responsible for whatever we whatever we do or we did. But I will ask around, okay? And if it is something that they want us to probably, I will report back as promised. Here is Charm. Charm, how are you, ma'am? I am very well. I don't know what happened to your line. It seemed to be like, yeah, it's like you left your phone in the living room and you are talking to us in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's not that clear. Something is just not so clear.
Okay. Let me try that then.
No. Do you want to try back again? Right? And I can give you that room if you probably try to call back, right? It is really bad. But before Cham calls back in, let's speak to here first one. Yeah. Hello there.
Yes, sir. But you?
Yeah, first one. How are you, sir?
I am okay. I am okay.
Thank you so much. You are on, and all of us can hear you. Please.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I like the man that spoke from France, even though I didn't hear how he handled the whole conversation, but I heard the part whereby he suggested we should try to get a lawyer, right?
No,
to go against these people.
We should raise funds and support his lawyers to ensure that not only that they are defending Dele, they should sue Afe Babalola for the violation of Dele Farotimi's right, human right, fundamental human rights. So that it won't just be like defending. It will actually be like attacking too, fighting back. Sounds good.
Yes. And that really kind of bring me something soothing bring a soothing feeling to my soul. I'm all in for that. I don't even care this time. Because number one, the way they abducted him is not even right. That is wrong. Because abducted, which it is good as kidnapping someone. So I don't know anybody in Nigeria is a lawyer. If he's going to be his particular, his own lawyer that is being used currently or that he's currently using, and how much is going to be?
Lawyers, like I'm going to try and bring them to your screen again. Okay, it's got like great guys. I'm talking about including Sans and all that. Too. Show you that. Who happen to be his lawyers?
Yes,
all of them, I would say, actually, like they are doing it pro bono. You know what I mean? Like they are doing it in defense of what is right. Yeah. So
yes,
it is not. Dele Farotimi is not okay now. Dele Farotimi is not that a small fry.
That's what I'm saying now. So they are suing him, Baba. We should also fight back. Let's strike back and sue that stupid guy in Ibadan. stupid guy in Ibadan. That mofo will pay for Ekiti. Yes, let's go after them.
Ground for all of that.
Yes. Of course, now, I've seen people they were sued for defamation, right? And that person also sued that person back.
It's called counter-suing. You counter-sue.
Yeah. So, and in this case right now, we have many leverages because the heart and the manner that they.
If you check your screen right now,
Yes,
you
sir.
see the list of his lawyers. Look at them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yes.
20 lawyers are already lined up for him. So it's not as if to
Yes.
say that he himself is, a little fried and needed. They don't know killing now. Farotimi
But why can't they also counter-sue these people?
That's the only thing they have.
I don't know thinking about that. I think they should do something. This is what just less than 1%. Who the hell are these people? Less than 1%.
Okay. Thank you so much. One, right?
Yeah. So let's do that.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Please. Please, let's find a way to do that.
Putting it out there already, okay? And we'll see how that plays out, okay? Let me take this one as well.
All right. Thank you.
Now, I think this is Chan. I'm calling back, and I hope the
Hello,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you this evening?
Okay. I'm fine. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Thank you so much.
For the support.
Just a quick one. I really liked the contribution of the guy who talked about, suing Afe Babalola, and asking for people to come together and see how to counter-sue. And I think that, for me, I feel like it's a brilliant strategy, right? Because sometimes a strategy is not just to win. Strategy can be to bring attention to something.
Yes.
And I think at this point in time, right, we need to bring attention to the civil rights abuses that is going on in Nigeria. So this should have absolutely even nothing to do with, Dele Farotimi's legal, the lawyers that he's using for his case, right? These are his law firm and other people who are doing it pro bono. But I feel like it makes sense for the diaspora to actually sue the Nigerian government for civil rights abuses and highlight Dele Farotimi, because his book is trending, the news about him is trending, so I feel like it will bring attention to Nigeria. It's something that they cannot hide anymore. We're not even taking them to court in Nigeria, we're taking them to The Hague, because that's where this one will be tried. And we'll sue all of them. And I think this is something that we need to really, anyone who is a legal luminary, because I don't know anything about the law, but I feel like this is a strategy that we're not trying to win any case. We're trying to bring attention to, what they call it.
Get some people in
what is it?
For real.
Exactly. So it could even be, citizens of, the I hate the word. I hate Nigeria now, right? So I'm trying even not to use that country, Nigeria, but citizens of the geographical expression known as Nigeria, whether in diaspora or whether in Nigeria, suing the government or Afe Babalola for civil rights abuses. Sue the same IG that decided to sue him for what they call cyberbullying, that they cannot even prove, because the onus is on them to prove that he cyberbullied anyone. And this is the first time I'm hearing that police is suing somebody on another person's behalf, taking Panadol for somebody's headache. Does that make any kind of sense? Right? So sue all of these people, and that should be the strategy. So not because we're trying to win, and that's why we're doing the GoFundMe. We're trying to bring attention to what is going on in Nigeria. And going forward, I even think that this is another strategy.
There are many of our people who have their own law practices all over the world. Some of them also watches this platform. It doesn't even have to be Mayegu. I can promote it. You get what I mean now? Where people, trusted people, can actually put together this what do you call it, international legal battle.
The lawsuit. Right? Yes, this legal battle. And this is
it.
And we need people that we can trust, people who know the law, people who will take it to where it needs to be heard. And again, this can even be a strategy that, emerging countries like the Ojuduwa nation, Biafra nation, sue Nigeria for goodness sake. Sue them for civil. It is our civil rights to demand, our own country for a referendum. You cannot hold us hostage, for goodness sake.
Criminalizing self-determination the way they are doing.
You cannot keep, exactly. You cannot keep
people and killing them or jailing them. It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. We should be able to do that for ourselves. I think whoever called, he really got me thinking. I was like, this is a brilliant idea, and it's something that we need to kind of like maybe really think about and fine tune and take it to. It's time we stop folding our arms and doing nothing. If we have to take the diaspora to come together like this, everybody who is a citizen of that geographical entity known as Nigeria that wants to see a change. Exactly, all of us together. This is how we will do it together. Maybe the ones in Nigeria can do, but this is how we do. Get the world and tell the West that you cannot keep hiding under under this fake democracy that you've given us. We know everything that you know, and it's time for us to take our geographical expression back, our own region back. It doesn't belong to them, and the only way to do that is to bring it to the attention of the whole world. And how do you do that? Something like this,
law. What you just said, I remember this general impression about Israel, okay? And people believed that America keeps protecting Israel, right? However, when this trouble in Gaza started, South Africa sued Israel to the, this International Criminal Court, right? And despite all of the power muscle of America trying to sabotage it and the rest, today, Netanyahu is indicted. Whether people believe that he's going to be arrested or not, but they made their pronouncements. And as we speak, Netanyahu can't go to some countries. He wouldn't want to go and find out if they are going to arrest him or not. Do you understand?
And even after this,
believe that International Criminal Court will actually make their pronouncements. And guess who initiated the case? South Africa.
South Africa, exactly,
So it's not about winning. It's about bringing attention to something. And if you actually goes the other way, you can put their own lives in, put it in mystery, like they have done to a lot of people.
Like they've done to a lot of people. And you see Netanyahu, whenever this war, whatever they're doing ends, he still has a case to answer, whether he likes it or not. He still has to show up because one hot afternoon, he still has to come there. So we need to do it for ourselves. I feel like this is a very solid strategy, but we need people with a very brilliant legal mind and people that we can trust and understand what the ask is. We are not trying to win. We are trying to bring attention to the civil rights abuses in Nigeria. We're trying to bring attention to the criminalization of self-determination, and make it trend around the world. Tell America, the West, the Europe that you cannot keep doing what you're doing in Africa. You can't.
These people, no.
And keep protecting these people. So maybe, if we can get legal people,
it is really, really a thing. And like I said, we can make consultations, okay? We can reach out, we can have chat here and there. And then, eventually, it's just so unfortunate that while because they are watching us, Charm, what you'll be surprised of is that in another few days, they may just release him and then drop all the charges, all these cases here and there. And you'll be like, you guys, they mad. We say we want to fight. Why didn't you actually stop? We said we want to, you know what I mean?
Mayegu, I understand they can do that, but we're not trying to solve only one problem. We're trying to solve multiple problems. So yes, if they release Dele Farotimi, they will have to deal with the fallout of that because he's still going to ask for what they call it, the sit-at-home protest that he was talking about. Yes. But we're saying that we can still also use it as a strategy for the self-determination of the various nations that are in that geographical expression. Bring it to the attention of the world, not just even the international criminal courts and everything. Bring it to the attention of the world that there are people who are being killed in Nigeria because they want self-determination, right? And also let people understand, because part of the problem that we have in the world, because I see a lot of Oyibo people spewing a lot of nonsense about Africa, right? They have no clue how their own countries and their own governments, whether it's the establishment of the deep state or whatever it is, how they have influenced and shaped the outcomes of Africa, how Africa looks like, we can never get it right. It's not because Africans are incapable of doing so. It is because they have set the machinery, almost like institutionalized, the worst of us to govern us. So we need to bring this to the attention of the whole world, make it trend. They have nowhere to hide. Nigeria, as we know it, must be broken. Either we come together as an understanding, okay, this is, we want to have the country, right? Under an agreed arrangement by every nation within that country. Or we go our separate ways. And when we try it our separate ways and we still want to come together, then fine, we'll do that, but we will be autonomous. We will be our own leaders. We will shape our own future. We will direct our own path. It can no longer be under the West. So regardless of whether Dele Farotimi comes out tomorrow, I think it is on let's diaspora, let's also fold in the arms. This is something that I know that I can contribute to. Because guess what? I'm not doing it for myself. I may not do it in my lifetime, but I want my children and my children's children not to be lost. Because as long as they stay in these countries, right, they will be lost. They will start doing me and 23 to find out where they're from, and I don't want it.
Thank you so much, Charm. That's very,
Thank you, Michael.
Passionate, contribution from you as always. So, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you,
right?
Thank you.
Cheers. So, this is where we are going to now draw the curtain tonight. Tomorrow is another day, but let us all go and digest all that we have shared together this evening. Okay? And I am going to see you again some other time. Good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary, Diary politico. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.